Good morning. It's Thursday. I think it's the 18th of June. Anyhow, I just got back from a trip East Coast. Went to Chicago and as a guest of Gilead Sciences, and made a presentation on the main stage of the Blues Festival. That was quite an experience. It was a bit emotional, you know, to talk about my story and to let people know that there's hope and there's a cure for hepatitis C that works. You know, they used to say that there was hope, and there was hope. However, the treatments prior to the ones that are available now really just didn't have the success rate. The success rates have been improved by 30%. I mean, there used to be like 60% chance, 70% chance, depending upon the dynamics of your condition. One of the treatments I took prior, according to the dynamics of my condition, the odds were like, and the percentages were like 40%. And you know, that's a pretty low percentage for a serious treatment program. That was a 52-week throw you on your back deal. This last one I took, and so then I did another one which wasn't so bad. It was 12 weeks and didn't work, but in defense of the treatment in Gilead Sciences, my condition is at the bottom end of high results. Well, so anyhow, the third treatment worked, and Gilead Sciences is reaching out to let the world know it, and looking for new ways to communicate with the market. And so they co-sponsored the Blues Festival, and as I'm a musician and I was on their radar, they asked me to go up on stage for 2 minutes and introduce myself and talk about me and my experience with the treatment. There was at least 100,000 people there, so that was something. And then I went to New York to be a part of, or to showcase my stuff, busking style. I call it couch guitar. So me solo, did 3 songs at a industry symposium called Sync Summit. This is a great this is a great thing, boy. I tell you, if you're a songwriter, you should go to Sync Summits. Sync Summits are happening. You get the opportunity to shake hands with the biggest supervisors in the industry, and these are guys who get 500 emails a day, and they'll sit up there on their panels. Questions are always, you know, how can I get my music to you? And the answers are always, well, you know, some of them are like, yeah, we'll listen to it, but we get 500 emails a day. Others are saying, well, I don't listen to solicited material, so you got to find somebody soliciting material, and it's the big gatekeeper, you know, because that's where a lot of money is in the music industry today. Record sales are down, and record labels aren't signing people like they used to, certainly not to development deals. And so you can get a sync for anywhere from $1,000 to, if you hit a home run, which is unlikely for an unknown band, but Elliott Smith did it. You know, Gus Van Sant picked up an Elliott Smith song and made him famous. So you can definitely hit a home run by getting a sync on a movie or a commercial or a documentary, and make enough money to make another album. The payouts for syncs are anywhere from, you know, $500 to gratis. $500 gratis, $1,000, $10,000. But if you really connect and get the right placement, it's not unreasonable to expect a $20,000 if you get a placement in a major film, or you know, the home run is if you get a theme song for one of these series that they're doing. They're doing series everywhere, right? Amazon's doing series, HBO, Showtime, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. So there's a lot of opportunity there, but you got to get to these guys, and one of the best ways to get to these guys is to go to a Sync Summit. So look up syncsummit.com, and they're all over the world: Singapore, New York, Los Angeles, Paris, Munich, and yeah, I mean, I shook hands and had personal conversations with a slew of music supervisors gatekeepers for these opportunities. And then I did my showcase, played some songs. Let me see, I did I Will Win Her, I did Wings on Fire, and I did Share More, and Trees, acoustic. And Rob was telling me, he's saying, before we do another show, before I get on stage with you, you got to do some open mics. So I asked him, I said, so is doing a showcase in front of a room full of industry professionals, does that work? Does that count as an open mic? And he smiled. He goes, yeah, I think that works. So it was a little nerve-wracking, because not standing. It's more nerve-wracking than standing on a street corner, I'll tell you that. Street corner people just ignore you by, or they catch a few licks, and that's about it. You can play the same 3 songs over and over and over again. I know, because I've done my share of busking. But at the industry showcase, the guys are sitting down, they're watching you, they're listening, and with very astute ears. And so it was a great opportunity to be able to do that. And I guess I did okay, because they invited me back. I'm going to go to Los Angeles and do another Sync Summit, showcase my music. So I learned that I have to practice a whole lot more. It's one thing to know your tunes, it's another thing to embody them and be able to just throw it out there with all the authenticity and emotion that you wrote them with. And to get beyond the veil of holy shit, I'm standing here in front of a room full of industry professionals, and they can make or break my career. You've got to be able to just go inside and just forget all about that. So I got some work to do on that. I'm all inspired. I came back this morning, and after my meditation, I wrote down a 2 weeks worth of to-do list, and really looking forward to doing my solo tour, whether that's a busking tour, which is probably going to look like I'm going to do, is buy an old van, put a guitar in it, and just start driving down the coast. So I'm thinking I got to get endorsements, but how do I get endorsements? Because I got to pay for this. The truth is, I've hit my wall. I'm about down to zero. I'm running out of money fast. So self-funding this thing, it's just not an option. It's not going to happen at this point unless I get a part-time job, which is going to keep me from doing it, which is going to make it less of an opportunity for me to do it with the kind of a level of commitment. As Jimmy Iovine says, this is not a part-time job. Well, it is definitely a part-time job for me now, and if I got to start raising money to continue this by doing something else, then it's just the catch-22 that so many of us musicians are caught into. How can you really put the dedication into being a pro musician and make a living at the same time? I met a woman that was very inspiring at the Sync Summit. Her name was Elizabeth. Yeah. She decided one day that she wanted to quit her job and just write Christmas music. Right? I mean, who thinks of that? I'm sure you can find her, because she's gotten placements, and she's making money, and she's published like thousands of songs, and she's a big deal. She's awesome. She sings great, and she's written thousands of Christmas songs, and she's put out numerous albums. I can't remember exactly how many, but she said she quit her job with just a few months reserve, if even that. She did a GoFundMe for her first album, got $10,000 from friends and family, and the Random Stranger. Made her first album and got placement right away somewhere, and boom, within 2 months she was an independent artist. Sustainable. Isn't that cool? So she plugged a hole in that Christmas music void. So it's inspiring. You can do it if you get creative and you find your place. So I haven't found my place yet, obviously, but I sure as hell am not giving up on being creative. So there's my update, and see See you next time. Hope to see you front row, actually. Ciao.